What's happening, homie? Back with another cycling commentary. It's been a minute, but today we're at the Dogwood Omnium Cat 3-4 road race. Averaged about 25 miles an hour, average power about 210 watts, normalized 240, FTPs around 300, and I weigh about 165 pounds. And this race was, pretty quick. I was expecting it to take us like 3 hours. It really only took us like 2 hours 40 minutes. So definitely a faster pace than I thought it would be, especially on these like classic Texas roads that are just, they're trash, but they're not the worst. And if it's where all the road races are, then I'll be there. But you'll see these Vivis teammates ahead of me, and that was the team that had won the crit the day prior. So I was really expecting them to do a lot of the work, and just overall, they were kind of the team in my mind to keep an eye out for. But this race really had some like weird dynamics and some weird things that happened. So we're gonna actually jump ahead here, and you'll see us. We're passing a wheel truck or a wheel car. It's a Pontiac, but because we're passing the women's 1-2-3 race, which is fairly normal with how they spaced everyone out. Eventually we're gonna catch them. I think there's about 10 to 11 women, and we come by them pretty quick. We're going about 29 miles an hour, so it's clear that we are maintaining a faster pace, right? We caught up to them. We actually lapped them, right? So we were just completing the laps faster. And we get to this climb, and I think that maybe one of the women had attacked. It's just a little frustrating because there is someone off the front of our race right now, a group of 2 guys. And they have about 30 seconds at this point, and we're really starting to make up a lot of time. But you'll see on the left-hand side of the screen that I think one of the women had attacked through the uphill, and we were going pretty slow, 17 miles an hour, and they ended up coming around us, and it was really weird because we didn't have one of our officials was up with the breakaway, right? So, does this happen if there isn't a break up the road? I don't know. There go the women attacking, and we get neutralized, which really sucked because we had them down to like 30 seconds. You could see them off the front, and we definitely would have caught both of those guys, but that's just how it goes. We end up skipping ahead here maybe a couple miles later because they had held us at like 20 miles an hour. We had been following this Pontiac for like 10 minutes maybe, and they finally neutralized them and let us pass. I don't know what the solution is, because obviously they deserve to have the right to the road and race as well, especially if they're going to attack and we're going slow up the hill, right? At the time, it was frustrating, but like looking back, it's really not a big deal. Whatever, should have been in the breakaway if you wanted to win, right? All's well that ends well, though, because we ended up bringing back one of the guys, and the other guy's real close, but none of the teams really wanted to chase, which I always find frustrating, right? Because you have a team, you have 5-6 guys here. Why aren't you on the front doing work? Like, are you racing for a second? Obviously, I am too at that point. Race starts to pick up a little bit faster than I was expecting us to really come into the final straight, but some individuals were very motivated to bring that group off the front back, and at 28 miles an hour, we're gonna do it. But that frustration with like group dynamics and strategies, I ended up catting up to the Cat 2s, so gonna be racing with the big boys soon. But we'll jump ahead here, and you actually see we're in the last lap, and we're about 2 or 3 miles from the finish line, and I am kind of guarding this outside line, and I do a pretty good job of that through the final bit. The wind is coming from the right, so I'm actually fairly sheltered, even if it doesn't seem like I'm directly on a wheel, and I'm just preventing anyone from coming up that left side, because that's gonna be the dangerous zone. Really is getting attacked up the left, and then I get boxed because there's just nowhere for me to go. This Night Owl's rider in front of me, I think it's Carlos. He's doing a good job as well, and I know if I follow his wheel that he's going to lead it out for his teammates, and that's kind of where I want to be. And these 2 guys in front of Carlos, they're on the same team, and I think they just want to make it fast to the finish. I don't know if they're not confident in their sprint or what it may be, but they're really leading it out, and they're really putting on the gas. I'm doing 400 watts in the draft. We're going 30 miles an hour. We're coming to the final real corner, or last real corner, and bing, Carlos clips a pedal and he drops his chain. So I immediately turn it on, but then I screw myself because I say this. Yeah, I tell them to go. I'm not on their wheel. I really just blew it. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought that, I'll just jump across, right? Like, I'll solo to them, and then we'll just ride off into the sunset, and, I'll get a podium. I don't know what I was doing, because I immediately started cramping, and suddenly they have a 5-second gap. So I'm like, okay, I just need to pedal hard, keep my speed high, and then jump on the train when it comes by me, because I know there's going to be a train, probably Torchy's Tacos, coming around me. Bam, here they come, and I can't do anything. My left leg is like cramping like crazy. I have something left, but I know I just need a pedal to the finish, because we're about 200 meters away, and the sprint started now. It took me 20 seconds to ride 200 meters, which is not great. Yeah, I just didn't have the legs because I was cramping so bad. Absolute blunder, telling them to go. I'm not on their wheel, and then they took second and third, and it just a stupid mistake, really. It happens. That's racing. If you liked, please like and subscribe to see more. I'm actually coming out with a ton of videos. Toad is coming up, and I'll be there all 11 days, and I'm going to try to make a video every day, so just kind of detailing that. So yeah, thanks. Deuces.